Have you ever felt like someone is pulling your strings, guiding your actions, influencing your emotions, or making you doubt yourself? What if I told you that understanding a hidden realm of psychology could give you the tools to spot manipulation, protect yourself, and even use these insights to navigate life more effectively? Welcome to the fascinating and controversial world of dark psychology, a field that unravels the human mind's deepest vulnerabilities and hidden potentials. This isn't just about manipulation, it's about mastering the art of influence, persuasion, and emotional control in your everyday life. Let's take this journey to not only understand dark psychology, but also explore how you can harness its power in practical, ethical ways to thrive in relationships, careers, and decision-making. What is dark psychology? At its essence, dark psychology examines the methods people use to influence others covertly. Unlike traditional psychology, which focuses on understanding and improving well-being, dark psychology delves into how influence works beneath the surface, the tactics used to exploit cognitive and emotional vulnerabilities, and the psychological mechanisms that govern human behavior in extreme situations. But here's the twist. It's not inherently evil. Understanding dark psychology can serve as a survival skill in a world where influence is everywhere. Learning it doesn't mean you'll manipulate others. It means you'll understand how manipulation works and how to protect yourself or use it ethically in personal and professional contexts. Why learn dark psychology? Before diving into the how, let's understand why mastering dark psychology is relevant. It improves awareness by helping you spot manipulation tactics in relationships, workplaces, and social settings. It enhances communication by using persuasion techniques to express yourself clearly and influence others positively. It builds strategic thinking by applying psychological principles to negotiations, leadership, or problem solving. Most importantly, it provides self-defense, protecting you from gaslighting, emotional abuse, and coercion. Dark psychology isn't just about understanding others, it's also about understanding yourself. Recognizing your triggers, biases, and vulnerabilities gives you control over your emotions and decisions. How to learn dark psychology for practical use? Here's a detailed step-by-step guide on how to develop practical skills in dark psychology while maintaining ethical boundaries. Step 1. Study the basics of human psychology. Dark psychology is built on a foundation of psychological principles. Start by learning about cognitive psychology to understand how the brain processes information, including biases and decision-making shortcuts. Learn about emotional intelligence to understand how emotions drive behavior and how to manage them in yourself and others. Explore behavioral psychology to see how rewards, punishments, and conditioning shape human behavior over time. Action step: read introductory books like Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman or Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. Step 2. Dive into the dark triad personality. Traits: the dark triad, narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy represents the cornerstone of manipulative behavior. Understanding these traits helps you identify potential manipulators and recognize similar tendencies in yourself. Narcissism focuses on self-centered individuals who crave admiration and exploit others for validation. Machiavellianism teaches about strategic thinkers who manipulate through cunning and calculated moves. Psychopathy reveals the lack of empathy, impulsiveness, and emotional coldness that define psychopathic behavior. Action step: observe how these traits manifest in real life by studying case studies, biographies, or fictional characters like Frank Underwood from House of Cards. Step 3. Learn the techniques of manipulation and persuasion. Manipulation and persuasion can range from subtle to overt. Key techniques include gaslighting, which makes someone doubt their reality or perceptions; anchoring, which influences decisions by presenting an initial reference point; scarcity, which creates urgency by emphasizing limited availability or time; and framing, which shapes how people perceive a situation by altering its context or presentation. Action step: practice these techniques ethically. in negotiations or debates. Experiment with framing and anchoring during casual conversations to see their effects. Step 4. Master body language and nonverbal cues. A significant portion of communication is nonverbal. Learning to read and control body language can give you an edge. Recognize signs of deceit like inconsistent gestures or lack of eye contact. Use confident body language to project authority and influence. Understand mirroring to build rapport subtly. Action steps: study books like What Every Body is Saying by Joe Navarro, or watch videos on body language analysis. Step 5. Develop emotional control. And self-awareness manipulators often exploit emotional reactions. By mastering your emotions, you can avoid being an easy target. Practice mindfulness to stay grounded in high-pressure situations. Identify your emotional triggers and learn how to respond calmly. Reflect on your biases and vulnerabilities to reduce their influence. Action step: incorporate meditation or journaling into your daily routine to build emotional resilience. Step 6. Understand cognitive biases and logical fallacies. Cognitive biases are mental shortcuts that manipulators exploit. Examples include authority bias, which involves trusting someone simply because they're an expert. Confirmation bias, which seeks information that aligns with pre-existing beliefs. And the halo effect, which lets one positive trait influence your overall judgment of someone. Action step: learn to identify these biases in your thought processes and actively challenge them by seeking alternative perspectives. Step 7. Practice ethical influence well. Dark psychology can be used unethically. It can also be applied positively. Use persuasion to inspire or motivate others. Leverage influence techniques to negotiate better outcomes at work or in personal life. Build trust and rapport by genuinely understanding others' needs and perspectives. Action step: try using reciprocity, storytelling, or empathy to influence others in a way that benefits everyone involved. Practical examples of using dark psychology. To make this tangible, let's look at real-life scenarios where understanding dark psychology can make a difference. In workplace negotiations, instead of directly asking for a raise, frame the conversation to highlight your value. Use anchoring to set a higher starting point for the discussion and scarcity to emphasize your unique contributions. In relationships, subtly mirror someone's body language and speech patterns to create rapport. Use active listening and emotional intelligence to connect on a deeper level. To protect yourself from manipulation, if you suspect someone is gaslighting you, document interactions to maintain clarity. Confront them calmly, using facts to counter their attempts to distort reality. Warnings and ethical considerations. Why? It's empowering to learn dark psychology. Misuse of these techniques can lead to harm, distrust, and damaged relationships. Always use these tools responsibly and ethically. Avoid exploiting others' vulnerabilities for selfish gain. Recognize that true influence comes from trust and authenticity, not manipulation. The bigger picture. By now, you might be wondering how far you can take this knowledge. What lies beyond the surface of influence and persuasion? Could mastering dark psychology unlock doors to understanding not just others, but the very essence of what drives human behavior? The answers aren't simple. Dark psychology is like a double-edged sword. It's a powerful tool, but how you wield it defines its impact. If you're ready to delve deeper, the possibilities are endless. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Are you prepared to explore the uncharted territories of the human mind? The world of dark psychology is vast, mysterious, and filled with secrets waiting to be uncovered. By understanding these principles, you gain the tools to navigate life with sharper awareness and greater control. But here's the truth: we've only scratched the surface. Imagine the power of knowing even more about how the human mind works, how to influence others, protect yourself, and use this knowledge to transform your life. If you're curious to dive deeper and uncover even more strategies, there's so much more to learn. Don't let this knowledge stop here. Hit that like button if this intrigued you. Share this video to help others see what they're missing. And subscribe so you don't miss the next revelation. Your journey into mastering the mind has just begun. Are you ready for what comes? Next, before we end, here's an important message. The knowledge of dark psychology is a powerful tool, but with great power comes great responsibility. This is not a guide to manipulate, deceive, or harm others. Instead, it's a resource to help you understand how manipulation works, protect yourself, and use influence ethically in your life. Always remember, true power lies in building trust, respect, and authenticity. Let's use this understanding to create stronger, healthier relationships and a more conscious, compassionate world.